Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Irish Dota League. We've got two Division 1 games on today. You're here with me currently on the main stream with Wongs Bakery versus No Tormentor. This is the upper bracket semi-finals. And on Maloo stream, you've got the elimination game in the lower bracket between Skiddies, Angels and the Pepegs, I believe. So feel free to flick between both, but for now, you're here with me, the Ghost of Run and Tell, and Wongers, Wong Hate Watchers in chat. Big shout outs to those guys. Corey and Punjabi fans in chat. Shout outs to those guys. Let's lock in with this draft so far.
10 seconds
Lots of meta bans. Shadow Fiend is gone. The Beastmaster to counter the Shadow Fiend is gone. The Treant is gone because no one likes playing against that. Kamki Largo banned. First ban by No Tormentor. The Jakiro gone as well. So we'll have to see Kamki on a different hero. Maybe we'll see the Winter Wyvern. It's a bit of a weird pick in the current meta, but I know Kamki is a rank 1 for fun player. Wind Ranger first pick for No Tormy. I think we've seen this several times as the carry, but certainly can be flexed if required. Ringmaster flexed between the two supports of Wong's Bakery, but likely the Kamki hero since the Tree, Jakiro and Largo are banned. We will not be seeing the Punjabi rank 1 Shadow Demon Dota 2 Ireland either, as that is first banned out by Wong's Bakery. Now, what do you think we're looking for here in terms of next pickups? I'm envisioning potentially a wacky Shira's hero picked up in this second phase for Wongs. Maybe the Darkseer, we'll see. The Brewmaster certainly not, because that's banned out by No Tormy after a stellar performance in the previous series. Along with the Nagi Invoker out of there. They don't want to play against that going into the late game. They want to put him on a Spirit hero instead.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Some thought coming out here with this next ban. For the Wong's Bakery, what are they looking for here really? They could be thinking it's most likely the Wind Ranger as a carry, and then thinking towards Coral carry matchups. The Razor is gone. I think that's a reasonable pick against the Wind carry. So in terms of alternatives to that, I mean, it's been a while since we've seen the Coral Ursa. I don't think it's particularly great against Wind. So they'll probably leave the Coral pick till last. We will see the Maniac Tusk. Semi-deny pick, as it is pretty good with Tag Team and the Wind Ranger ult, and Kian also a premier Tusk player in the division. So I don't hate to see it. That does also set up again now for the Darkseer potentially if they want to run Ion Shell and the Tusk for their lane, or some other ranged offlaner that I mean isn't particularly Shirks' ballpark, but will play it if needed. Phoenix picked up for No Tormy, so maybe this Ursa idea from previously, maybe not too bad of an idea, but we'll see what the Bakery is planning to cook up for us. Double pick out here for No Tormy. I wouldn't be surprised if we just saw a solid offlaner picked up like a Mars. Has been pretty successful in the recent pro matches.
Radiant team pick.
But it will be the Corey signature Bristleback. Of course they're not going to pick Mars. What are you talking about? Corey can't play these heroes with complicated spells. They're going to stick him on his signature Bristleback, and he could just toggle on the W, play one-handed, and chill out. Wong's Bakery,
5 seconds
I would have thought now would be thinking about picking up a Vessel Buyer, likely the Void Spirit for Nagi. Although they could alternatively go for a more defensive route, pick up the the like utility Nagi Kunkka pick, but without seeing the mid matchup, it's pretty tricky. This is likely just going to be the Shirik's hero. Darkseer matchup into Bristleback, I don't think is great. The illusion. I mean, if the illusion's not casting Quill
Radiant
Spray, I don't know
team
how
pick.
happy you are about that. So it
Dire
will
team
instead
pick.
be, of course, the Timbersaw, and it will be the Ember Spirit, not the Void Spirit, for Nagi. Yes, the Shirk's Timbersaw, how could we forget, into Phoenix Bristle. Seems like a pretty good Timber game. You've got the armor against the Wind ult as well.
10 seconds remaining.
Surely no Tormi considered this
5
and
seconds
have
remaining.
something in the bag to counter the Timber. Heroes are we looking for here? I mean, assuming the Wind is still carry, then we could be looking for another Punjabi hero in
Dire
this
team
pick.
ban.
But that is not. I would assume that that is a Tweets mid Slardar to counter the Ember Spirit, so Nagi not going to have a great time here at all in the mid lane.
10 seconds remaining.
It is another melee strength hero though,
5
so
seconds
Shirix is
remaining.
probably overjoyed at this pick. It does put a lot of strain on his back so far. I think, you know, your Timber's got a good game against these heroes, but the rest of the team, they are going to get jumped and blown up.
Radiant team ban.
What hero can you now pick for Coral that kind of resolves, kind of alleviates some pressure off the rest of his team? I suppose the Ember Spirit's going to play quite sacrificial and play more to control with the chains during the fights. I still think you're
10
probably looking for a
seconds
big
remaining.
ranged carry for Coral here. High armor,
5
maybe the
seconds
Terrorblade could
remaining.
come out. We haven't seen Coral on it in a while, but it's fills that niche. There's the
Dire
Morphling,
team
Coral
ban.
Morphling as well, signature. But again, not great hero in the meta as of current. No Tormi decide, let's ban out the Juggernaut, which I think has seen some mild success recently. Wongs, meanwhile, just banning out some more
10 seconds remaining.
OP5 heroes, which
5
I suppose
seconds
means that
remaining.
it probably is the Punjabi Phoenix, or at least that's what they're expecting, but I'd be surprised. I think that's more of a key in hero, unless they're swapping roles. Lots of carry options open for Coral. No Tommy with just one ban left. We'll see which one they fear the most against their lineup. Now, is there an opportunity here for a carry Huskar cheese pick?
Radiant team ban.
It will be the Ursa banned out by Notormi. I think maybe just because of the Phoenix pick that gives the Ursa an edge over the other Agi carries that you'd prefer in this draft.
10
As for
seconds
Wong's
remaining.
last ban, I mean, rip it, just whatever hero
5 seconds
support hero you
remaining.
can't be
Dire
asked to play
team
against.
pick.
Shadow Shaman, great. I do like the Shadow Shaman ban. It does. The known Tormentor draft is kind of lacking a bit of push. You've got the Windrunner, I guess, ulti that you could commit, but other than that, they're looking to
10
brawl
seconds
and
remaining.
then have these big bodies all hitting the tower after a successful
5
skirmish.
seconds remaining.
So getting rid of the Shadow Shaman to supplement their push is pretty nice. Will delay, or at least delay how quickly No Tormi can attempt a high ground push.
Radiant team pick.
Templar Assassin.
Templar Assassin carry, so it will be the Wind Ranger flex to support. And this Templar Assassin, I mean, more minus armor stacking, I think it's a
10
decent
seconds
matchup into the
remaining.
Timbersaw lane because you've got the shield against the Chakram
5
and the
seconds
Whirling Death
remaining.
spam. So I really like this last pick for no Tormentor. It is still big minus armor, so I expect we're still looking at a high agility carry for Wongs. A long consideration on this pick. I don't think this lineup is something Wongs particularly enjoy playing against. It does seem like the Wong's lanes are not going to go very well, and then their heroes are very pick-offable for this no Tormentor mid Slardar.
Choose your
Viper
hero.
last pick for the Wong's Bakery. They're like, hell no. We gotta match the tempo, pick something that can actually fight back against these heroes, and it will be a carry Viper for Coral. Once again, this is the upper bracket semi-finals between
10
Wong's Bakery and
seconds
No Tormentor.
remaining.
If you are looking for the lower bracket elimination
5
game,
seconds remaining.
then you can find Skiddy's Angels versus the Pepegs on twitch.tv/Malou_, graciously cast by Jesse James. But for now, it's the Wongs versus the No Tormies. I will run a prediction in chat that you will see in 2 minutes in the past chat, so you can thank me retroactively for that. And we'll just wait for Valve's game to kind of work out what it's doing, as it seems to be not giving a fuck about taking us into the game. Okay, thank you. A lot riding on the Shirk's Timbersaw this game. And potentially this series will be determining the best non-white offlaner
Prepare for
in
battle.
the UK. Shirks and Corey both vying for that title. And maybe that's the core storyline to this series, really. But Wong's Bakery got a bye, top of the table in this upper division so far. We'll see if No Tormentor are able to knock them down to the lower bracket. Kamki selecting the correct facet on his Ringmaster. Something you love to see.
30 seconds to battle.
The blare of the horn. The spawning of the runes.
The battle
The
begins.
lack of action whatsoever. It's Div 1, baby. Let's check out these lanes. Will be Punjabi on the Wind Ranger in a position for roll. Kind of as expected. Bring Kian with the Phoenix TA lane into the Timbersaw Ringmaster. Lunatic probably pretty happy flexing down here to play the Tusk in the 5 position with the range carry from Coral rather than with the Shirk's Timber. Makes a lot more sense. Although Shirk's going to suffer a little bit against this Phoenix until he can build up some regen. He's going double bracer, queued up the double bracer, so that should help a little bit with this lane. Mid lane might pop up some issues for Nagi, but we'll see. His laning is, I guess, part of the core of the Nagi game loop. See what he can get away with as a courier sniped out by Kamki. I guess neglectfully lets that die on Witomi. Mid lane, Tweets and Nagi trading up. Nagi turns with the chain gang. Does have a slight, but it's possibly not going to be enough to kill. Burning him down slowly with the Flame Guard. Tweets dropping pretty low here. The Flame Guard does drop out, but there's a slight change and just walks him down under the tier 2. A nice solo kill from Nagi. Not what you expect to see in Ember versus Slaughter, but the power of this level 1 chains, I suppose, trading down.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Punjabi may be in a little trouble. There's level 2 here on Lunatic. The shards will go amiss. As Nagi does find the water rune out from under Tweets. I wonder if that was a slight dodge of the stun or what happened there, but odd that he could just walk up and grab it. Another go out now onto Corey. Here comes the combo with the tag team and the Viper Spit building up. Leaves Coral, gonna let him tick out as Punjabi trying to trade back, has the Wind Run. Coral gonna drop to the damage from the Wind Runner, right clicks.
Whoa, Princess.
Has back in the mid lane, continue trading. Top lane, fight for the fruit. And it's gonna be Kamki dropping first, 2 to damage out from Faith Kian. Shirix burns him out with the Q, walks next to the trees. Thank you, Kian, for doing that, rather than staying away from them. Unfortunately, I think he was dead either way, but that's the... I think you're happy with this as Kamki. You want to just feed this net worth into Shirix this game, because the rest of the... I mean, I suppose the Ember Spirit's not doing as badly as we expected him to so far in this mid lane. Against the Slaughter. As for Dire, I expect Punjabi wants to be stacking the triangle for Corey. If Corey can find an early timing on, well, I suppose, a pipe this game, and he can just be kind of a menace that you can't push out of the lane, that creates some stability for, I suppose, this Slaughter to farm up a Blink, or the TA to safely farm the jungle. But what are you really looking for elsewise? I mean, TA also would love to farm some stacks in the Ancients area, so I would expect to see Punjabi, regardless of who ends up farming them, prioritize making some stacks in the jungle here. TP back in from Kamki. I'm sure Watomi is aware. And no levels in the chain. Lane Nagi dropping low to the crush from Tweets. So Tommy steps up. Eats a whirling death. And now Shurik's trading his courier away, but Witomi stepping up quite far. The shield is now on cooldown. Shurik's trading with 1 point in the armor into Witomi. Can Kamki find the dagger? It's on cooldown, so unfortunately I think Shurik's is going to tick out to the fire spirits from Faith Kian. Now Witomi with the refraction up and a salve to pop. He's gonna, I mean, play a zero on the edge, but he's looking good there. Nice trade into the kill onto the Shurik's Timbersaw. Meanwhile, Lunatic still posturing for an angle onto these heroes in the bot lane. Shards off the pull. They still managed to find a range creep there, so it's minorly unfortunate. Punjabi has the win run, but needs to decide when to pop it. Shard's still on cooldown for Lunatic, but Punjabi, a little bit of indecision there has most likely cost him his life, as the shards will secure the kill for Coral. Top lane, Kian doing what he does best and throwing his horrible debuffs over the enemy off lane, but Shurik's there with a pretty easy cleanup. You are still playing against the Timbersaw here. Mid lane crush out onto Nagi under the tower. Tweets hits the bash but doesn't decide to dive. It looked like one more hit would have done it. Playing it safe here though. Knows he's got the advantage on the regen. Nagi doing what he can to trade it back. Does hit level 6 first on Nagi, so will TP back to base and refill resources. Very nice situation there as Lunatic finds his shards in the bot lane onto Kore. Looks like a pretty free one for Coral, although they take a lot of damage in return. Big sticks will mean that they don't feel too bad about it, as the 6-minute rune is coming up. Huge support rotations from both teams coming, both supports coming to each rune, as Nagi will chains up Punjabi. Rune at the top, stolen by Faith Kian, the regen. It's a big focus on this mid lane here, and I mean it turns out pretty neutral with Phoenix having to take the rune out. I don't think without Flame Guard that Nagi can make any kind of attempt here in this mid lane, but with the level 6 from Tweets, the burst damage coming out, if Nagi steps up a bit too close to this creep wave, is going to be very threatening. Bash comes out, that was primed. A bash and a stun puts him down to half health as bot lane Lunatic non-stop here with the shards coming out. Coral big stick gets popped to keep him out of power shot kill range as Punjabi clicking him down relentlessly. Lunatic cleans up the kill onto the Bristleback by himself, and now Faith Kian maybe gonna drop to the tower shots. So Coral finds a double kill. Teleport out from Punjabi, teleporting back to the XP rune where Lunatic is on his way to try and steal it. Who will win this fight? Punjabi has a win run and a power shot, but Lunatic is clicking him down with the tag team. Punjabi decides not to win run until after the tag team is basically ended, so maybe he's going to lose this trade. Does buy time for Tweets to come in though, so unfortunately for Lunatic, he will be dropping here. But now Shirix has turned up. Tweets finds the XP rune but gives up his life. What a rotation from Shirix, like all the way from the top lane down here. I mean, what a great prediction that there'd be a lovely slaughter for him to clean up on 300 health.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, Nagi cutting the wave against the Slardar, farming up his enemy's jungle camp as well. And it seems like Corey's having to make his own stacks, but there's already a ward set up here by Wongs, spotting it out.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Not that they'll be too bothered contesting, I guess, a single stack now. Maybe they'll move over that the Ancients is, now that the Ancients is stacked, if Corey tries to farm it. Nagi amped up in the mid. Fire Spirit misses. Bot lane, we miss another kill out onto Punjab. It's just the shards and click combo coming out once again. So over on the net worth, Coral. Top of the net worth. Something you usually see. Witomi not too far behind, but on par with Shurik's in this off lane as Wongs. They are now coming to contest up the ancient stack here that Corey was attempting to do. Dagger comes out from the Ringmaster. It's going to chunk off Corey's health. Another one hits through. Corey's got to be careful here. Shards cut him off from Punjabi, but they've got Faith Kian with the level 6 nearby. And Tweet is rotating over. Lunatic may be in trouble, amped up by the damage. Snowball to save himself just for a moment though, going to drop to Corey's quills as Witomi's also rotated now. Nagi needs to be in trouble, don't get bashed up by Roche. Kiting it out as Tweets. Without a blink dagger it's not necessary, he can just sprint after these support heroes and smash them into the ground.
Dire's bottom tower is
Meanwhile,
under
they may be making a move out onto Coral here. The trap slow is there from Witomi. He's a level ahead of Coral, and his hero's pretty good into Viper. They turn with the Viper strike onto Witomi. The teleport comes out from Lunatic. There's a shards out to keep him in place with some detection as well to follow. They have to drop the egg to try and protect Witomi. Get some vision on him for Coral. Snowball to dodge the explosion of the sun as they get onto top of Witomi, but he's got the refraction back up. It's not enough, but it maybe drags Coral a bit too deep into the arms of Corey, who maybe the toes of Corey in fact. Lunatic does find the fruit, little cheeky punch out onto Corey as he goes down.
Dire's top tower is under Radiant are scanning.
Meanwhile, Tweets and Punjabi Tweets, still no blink dagger to speak of, but they are still looking for this nagging Ember Spirit, farming these camps back here.
Dire's top tower is under
Luckily manages to back away. The camp died just in time. Faith Kian with no egg under the tower. Corey trying to teleport away. Do they have a cancel for this? They don't. No stuns on these three heroes for Wong so far. Wonder if that will be something they decide to fix, or they're happy with just the chains and the snowball and the punch. Nagi looking to defend his tower, but there's a lot of heroes around. Spirit's dropped out, he's slowed up, but slightly too far back for Tweets to engage. Taking a huge amount of damage from Faith Kian, but Kian walks into Sherix. Back comes the Chakram, clicks him down. Sherix level 9 here, looking for more. Kill after kill here for Sherix. Coral pressuring this offlane tower. Pink's come out onto Witomi. Maybe they're looking to rotate a few heroes up for him, but currently the map is looking like it's a bit of a mode farm. 12-minute rune will be coming up shortly. Punjabi will look to contest the bottom. Tweets, the blink is close. Haste rune will be bot, denied by Punjabi. Nice click from him. And the net worths, or at least the team net worths, relatively even here. Mostly because Camqu's quite poor. But the Wong's cause at least the Viper on top. Let's check in with his build. Looks like it's going to be the Manta style for him. Dispel a lot of these minus armor debuffs that will be thrown out. But there is a smoke attempt on him. Backing away under the tower. We'll see how far they try to dive here with the Tweets. Fresh blink dagger now. And it will be a large wrap behind the tower here. Coral. Smash. 5-strike comes out. He tries to turn onto the Slaughter. He's living a reasonable amount of time, but the egg is dropped to stop any chance of a turn here. Camki now maybe in the sights of Tweets with another blink in a couple of seconds as Nagi looking for Faith Kian, eggless under the tower once again. Lunatic's rotated through, and now Shurik's through the gate. Once again, Shurik's rotation from this backside coming in towards Tweets. Shurik's looking for him, but Tweet's going to sprint away from here as Corey still deep under the tower, now fighting 1v2, going to drop down to the Ember Spirit and the Tusk. And they do lose their Viper, but potentially this is a... I mean, it's a small net worth win for no Tormentor, but it's a small XP win for Wongs. relatively even trade, but it is immediately
Dire are scanning.
before the Wisdom rune comes up. Slardar not in
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
a state to fight as the Sherrick's Lunatic combo smoked up here looking for Faith Pian. Eggless once again has to swoop away but doesn't cancel the swoop. He flies straight back on top of them and dies to the punch. A little bit unlucky there. Massive burst damage onto Punjabi from Sherrick's.
Middle tower is under
They're
attack.
all in full retreat mode as Tweets is back up with the Blink Dagger, maybe searching for Lunatic here. But Lunatic with his own Blink Dagger already. Matching, I mean, within minutes, the timing of the mid Slardar. Nagi once again deep up towards this tier 2 mid. Gonna drag the wave once again, but there is a Tweets nearby. Does Nagi see him? Tweets choosing to selectively bide his time. Jumps in, Remnant out from Nagi, no follow-up. And I suppose that is one of the things that Ember Spirit isn't too worried about, is the follow-up is basically Shackle Shot for the enemy team here. And it's not the most reliable follow-up. Let's check in with the graphs. Love a little graph.
Dire are scanning.
Fuck me, it's basically dead EVA. In fact, that says 50-50.
Ruled of invisibility.
What a treat. What a treat of a winners bracket
Radiant's
finals.
middle tower is under attack.
Coral up pretty far in his top lane. I can see Tweets. He's like, team, we need to get a kill with my blink where I don't die after. Bring everyone.
Soldier's fortune.
And maybe that's the plan.
Radiant
They're going to look for this kill
scanning.
top. Maybe transition that into the Roche to Tormentor pipeline that we've seen recently. Does find Lunatic in the river. Turns with the punch into the snowball. Tweets feared into the Ringmaster ulti. They're just going to... The supports are taking apart Tweets all by themselves. And now Nagi free to chase further into the enemy top jungle, sorry. Looking for what he can find. Tormi as a Desolator looks to the TP out. Unfortunate miss on the chains there. Unfortunate miss on the Tame the Beast as well. Too many creeps there. They absorbed the hits of the slight. But that would have been a big kill. So a clutch escape from Witormi. Lunatic smoked up here next to Kamki. Does need to be careful that with Tweets doesn't decide to just blink crush Kamki and get caught in the crossfire. Looks like he will be alone. Snowball save. And then punch up onto the Slardar by Lunatic. He's living for so long. The damage is not quite there for the Dire side. The egg is dropped, trying to sway any advancement onto this back out. But in the river, Tweets walks into a Viper. And the poison... It's too much for him. And now potentially this is a Wongs move into the Roche Tormentor combo. And really, like, that's all you could ask for at this point as Wongs. Roche tech isn't amazing,
Are scanning.
but when you're served an opportunity like this where you're balled right outside the pit after killing a hero, why not?
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Corey Bristleback will be Lotus Rush into the Shard for him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I suppose this Lotus is just to reflect the Viper ult, but he'll still be affected by it. Aegis onto the Nagi Ember Spirit, so just going to allow him to play as aggressive as he wants, really.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I think one of the key issues with the Wong's draft is their high ground isn't amazing until Coral gets the Shard, and he will not be buying that for a while. Needs to get his other items online. Maybe they get it for free off the Tormentor. Nagi in this mid lane. Loves playing up into this camp by the tier 2. He's under some wards, but I'm not really sure there's much the Dire side can do about this currently. Just gonna watch him farm the camps. Instead, they turn their sights potentially onto Shurks in this bot lane, but there's a Tusk waiting behind him. Very nice from Lunatic, just making sure that the only guy they can really kill on the map is protected. Top lane, Corey trembling in the tree line as Coral does get mini juked there by Corey. The Lotus Orb prevents Coral from wanting to throw out the ult just yet, but Nagi, because he's farming nearby, deep in the enemy jungle, not sure that's the direction he wanted to walk on Corey. Back to mid lane, Wutomi found by Nagi under the mid tower. He's jumped straight on top of him. There's a double damage rune, which Nagi will not quite get. Wutomi snipes it from under him, but it's not going to be enough to save Wutomi's life. They do actually get the Ember Spirit's Aegis from Tweets blinking in with the crush, but now the turn with the second life of Nagi. They're chasing down Tweets. Little fear into the Shirok's Whirling Death is enough to prevent him from existing for much longer here. Only a 6k net worth lead though. Not insurmountable for the side of no Tormentor. And a fight where your TA isn't jumped first is possibly a fight where you're feeling pretty good. Maybe, I mean, TA picked up the Blink Dagger just now. So with the TA Slardar jump, they can certainly blow off any of these heroes. Will be the Tormentor for Wong's Bakery. Aegisless, but doesn't matter too much when you wipe the enemy team as you're going for it. So it still works out for them. Bot lane, the support duo find an errant Punjabi. Maybe he was looking for some deep wards down in his bot lane.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yes, I think the big question in this game is the high ground for Wongs. They're going to get the Viper Shard, but is that going to be enough? Can they build up a lead enough to where they feel comfortable going up? So far, no Tormi have been keeping it as even as they can. Only an 8k lead here. And that may be the turning point in the game. I think in the previous Wong series that they played in Kobold League, they had a similar issue going up to the high ground, not being able to translate their lead into a successful push with a tempo lineup like this. So we'll see if they've adapted and can work that out a bit better. As for no Tormentor, I think they're still pretty comfortable here as long as they don't bleed too many kills directly outside their objectives. Tommy with the blink might go for Kamki here. Looks for a Psyblade first, just a low committal attack. And Kian does find the ward. Not a lot to speak of out of this Punjabi Wind Ranger so far into this game. Kind of serving at this point as a mobile ward, trying to break smokes for his team.
Radiant are scanning.
Tommy spotted out on this Radiant ward near the Roche pit just for a moment. Jump in by Lunatic blind, finds the punch. They knew this was a perfect spot to TP out, and Tommy is going to get punished for it. What a play. And what a catch. Kamki maybe the return catch if the enemy team are looking at their screen. Tweets doesn't
Radiant's middle
get in
tower
range for the
is under
jump,
attack.
so Kamki will be able to tumble his way out of there. And now on the aggressive, up to the high ground. Punjabi win running array, but he's controlled by the punch. Coral ambles over Nagy in his favourite spot in these enemy camps. Gonna look for Faith Kian, not gonna pop the egg. And now Corey, who was farming up here in the top map, thought, yeah, I might have a look over here. That is not what he wanted to be doing. Feed to kill outside his tier 2 tower with the wave relatively pushed in, so Wongs might look to convert this. And it seems that will be the play.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
The next Roshan will be appearing soon. Next few minutes.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And I think this will be the critical
Dire's
point.
top tower is under attack.
TA working on a BKB, but it's not,
Radiant's bottom tower
I don't
is
think,
under
going to be
attack.
close enough to be ready for the Roche. Phoenix going for a second
Radiant
Lotus Orb here.
structures are fortified.
And another BKB out for Corey. Maybe that one will be finished on time if he can find the space to farm. Slardos will be finished. Looks like it will be up very soon. Maybe this is the
Radiant's
turning
bottom
point for them.
tower is under attack.
Reflected Snowball is going to drag Corey away from his team into the big shards from the Tusk. He's hypnotized up. No escape here for Corey. And I mean, Lunatic abusing the Lotus Orb purchase from this Bristleback. That is not what you want to see here. Immediate smoke up. They're going to move as two up towards Tweet in this top lane. Up towards Witomi's TA, rather. Lunatic will blink past. Witomi has a blink of his own. And has the refraction up, so we'll be able to escape there.
Dire's middle
Another tower
has
secured.
fallen.
For the Radiant side, they are slowly closing down this map. Let's check in with the Viper. Still working on a butterfly for
Radiant's
Coral
bottom
before
tower
picking up the
is under
shard.
attack.
So I think, I mean, Wongs could look to clean up the next tier 2 before going for the Roche into high ground attempt. Or back to farm, just farming up some more items. I think this kind of timing and with this kind of lead is where I'd expect to maybe see a gem picked up for Wong's Bakery to deal with these TA traps. I think it's something they should be considering.
Dire are scanning.
As a little walkover scan onto the Roche pit here. And it will be the Wong's second Roche. Raw comes out. The Dire side have a couple smokes and they are, I mean, somewhat here in the mid lane. Corey could come down from the top, but Tweets is way too far away to contest the Roche. Aegis for Coral.
The Radiant.
A tool to teach.
Now, because they're not putting this on the Ember, does signal to me that this is, maybe we're going high ground soon with this Aegis. The bot lane will be shoved in. Again, Punjabi also going for a Lotus Orb, so it's going to be 3 Lotus Orbs for the Dire side. And so far, the Lotus Orb has been less than impressive with the one they already have. Wongs maybe looking for to find someone hoping to shove the wave here. Lunatic doesn't see tweets. We'll just clear up the wave.
Radiant's middle tower is
Shirix
under attack.
and Coral
Radiant's middle tower
making
has
themselves
fallen.
at home in the dire triangle. As the waves are put in, Punjabi, I mean, I think this is possibly the best thing he could be doing right now in cutting the waves. Not
Dire's
really
bottom
much else
tower
his hero
is
can
under
offer at this
attack.
point. And the last tier 2 for the Dire side will be claimed by the
Dire's
Bakers.
bottom tower has fallen.
Up to the high ground. Shard queued up for Coral, doesn't quite have it yet, but they've got a banner. And maybe with their net worth lead, 12k here at 29 minutes is enough for them to try. The spirits come out, Mantadov, jump in from Lunatic, he finds Corey. Corey gets forced towards him with the new BKB. He's trying to fight into Coral, but he's broken and he's getting clicked down even through this Lotus Orb. Punjabi next to fall to the overwhelming magic damage out route. Onto the Phoenix in the backline, he still has the egg available. Will he pop it? Shirix says, you're not going to have an opportunity. Blows him up with the Whirling Death. Buyback from the Phoenix. They're looking to find an egg here. Tweets has the opportunity to blink stun anything here. But really, does he want to go onto this Aegis Viper? It's looking like a desperation attempt, but they found him with the shackles out. Has the Mant on the Slardar to, or as the Illusion Rune rather, to dispel that. Coral Manta dodge onto the TA's attack. Melt Strike, pretty critical to keep off of the Viper to prevent him being bursted. Tommy forced to pop the BKB there, and it's an immediate back out from Wongs, but they will try and protect this banner, continually kiting back, but then not as far enough to sacrifice their banner to the TA's range attacks.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
And it's a full set of racks claimed here. Corey now revived, and Coral low on mana. They may look for something. Tweets blinks in, but Sheriff with the quick reactions. BKB's enough. Tweets with his own BKB, trapped in the shards for now, trying to look for more. Maybe we'll find Lunatic, but as a slow snowball out, he's going to find it onto Tweets, saving himself for now, and they just can't follow up once they've pressed their stuns. Wong's Bakery kiting this out, and I mean, what a reaction there from Shirix. Frame 1, BKB reaction. Corey. I mean, frame negative 100 Lotus Orb reaction there.
That was the wrong answer.
A little bit of an XD. I mean, in high spirits, I'm sure Corey is. As continue up to the high ground. Still no mana on Coral, so this could be a bit of an issue. Is having to use his mana to Viper Strike the towers, or to poison attack the towers. And with the flamethrower on Shirix, maybe this is enough. Lunatic finds the jump onto the TA, it trapped inside the shards. Me. Gotta be careful here. The BKB is available, but really doesn't want to pop it until they're making an aggressive move. Just cannot afford to pop it defensively here, or they have no chance of taking down a Wong's hero. And a second set of racks falls. 20 seconds left on the Aegis. Pretty nice timing here from Wong's Bakery. And up to the safety of a high ground ward on the high ground. Corey, with the BKB on cooldown, will join his team for a smoke. They're looking for a pincer movement here. And by that I mean, I think, I don't know why they're so split. It's a bit insane. Wongs are on the retreat though. Nag is spotted out. Nice slight dodge onto the Slardar stun. There's a reason you don't give this guy Ember Spirit. The joining of the elements in the top lane towards this Tormentor. And who is this really for at this point? Everyone's got their shard, so it's just a bit of gold. Tweets found by Lunatic in the top lane, punched up, but Tweets almost gets away, sprints towards Shirix and has to BKB TP out. And now we can see the Shirix did supplement some of their early
Dire's top tower is under
missing
attack.
CC by building into this Atos and upgrading it. The last lane of racks opened up for Wong's Bakery. Coral's clicking it down pretty fast. Dire side will look to try and make an engagement happen. Corey, the first in, but Tweets took so much damage from the Chakrams just coming through. So did Corey. They're clicking him down. They forced the Equi. Tormi alone in the middle of the Wong's heroes. Can he find any kill in the BKB duration? He's going to walk back through, but the shards are there to block him off and get him back to the base. And now he's going to be taken out with Shirix up into the enemy base. On the backline, explodes all over Faith Gyan, and GG is called. And I mean, a pretty clean one from Wong's Bakery there, with a draft that I didn't think was really favoured into the no Tormentor heroes, at least in the lanes. Seemed to make it work. And a win up for Wong's Bakery. And a few little stream transitions there for you to boot, because I am not quite in control of the stream, running it all myself. But big shout outs to the Ghost of Run and Tell for joining me. I will update the score to be 1-0 for the Wongs. We're going to take a short break, ladies and gentlemen, but this is a best of 3 series, the upper bracket of the Irish League, and I'll help you join me for Game 2 in a short moment.
ban.
What's that I see? Is that game 2 and I'm losing my voice? A
10 seconds
professional
remaining.
observer that's not meant to be casting?
5
Whoa!
seconds remaining.
It's game 2 of Wong's Bakery versus No Tormentor.
Dire
You're joining
team
me,
back.
Auntie, here. All on me lonesome. But it's Div 1 Dota, baby. We got a cracking game 1,
10
and I'm sure we'll have
seconds
an
remaining.
equally as good game 2. We'll see if No Tormentor can adapt
5 seconds
to the
remaining.
Wong's Bakery draft that they faced last
Dire
game. It
team
will
back.
still be the Camkey
Radiant
Largo
team
insta-ban for No Tormentor, and then they're also choosing to ban out the Ringmaster Flex pick, which does mean some of these
10
other
seconds remaining.
scary meta supports like the Treant are not banned out in this
5
first
seconds
phase.
remaining.
Wong's rank 1 ban, Punjabi Shadow Demon, followed up by the Beastmaster, which to me suggests they're going to be picking up maybe the Shadow Fiend first pick here. We are likely to see a Tusk traded in this first phase also. I think now this is putting the onus on No Tormentor, who I believe took first pick here, on whether they want to ban out the Tusk or ban out the Shadow Fiend, ban out the tree, take the tree themselves, but then they lose the
Dire
Tusk.
team back.
They're going to ban the Razor, which I think is more of a expected pick out from Wong's Bakery, with Coral
10
and
seconds
Shirix
remaining.
both playing it.
5 seconds remaining.
Ban out here from Wong's.
Dire team
It
back.
will be Tree and... I mean, what do you take out here? If you ban the Shadow Fiend,
10
it's probably
seconds
No Tormentor
remaining.
first pick Tusk. If you don't ban the Shadow
5
Fiend, it's
seconds
probably No
remaining.
Tormentor first pick Shadow Fiend, now that the Beastmaster's banned.
Radiant team
So they
pick.
will ban the Shadow Fiend. I
Dire
expect
team
a...
pick.
That's not a Tusk. They're locking in the Jakiro. Maybe block picking Kamki a little more. Because the Tree, Largo, and Ringmaster are all gone. But is putting Kamki
10
on
seconds remaining.
one of his lesser played heroes really like
5
your
seconds remaining.
big gotcha in this draft phase? Are you confident that Wongs don't need to first pick the Tusk so you
Radiant
can maybe
team
get it
back.
second phase? Maybe you are, but it'll be a Viper for Wong's Bakery. And if you're Wong's Bakery in this position and you've got the next pick coming up, maybe you're like,
10
cool,
seconds
use your
remaining.
ban here on the Tusk, or we're running it back.
5 seconds remaining.
I would believe that this
Radiant
is a
team
pos
ban.
for Jakiro for Punjabi. I think it's one of the more common heroes we've seen in play recently in the pos 4 role. Although it's would be preferable to have it as 5
Dire
for
team
Kian.
ban.
They do ban out the Tusk, and the Invoker is also gone. I think Nagi probably looking for this Invoker with a Viper first pick, just to secure some of that late game team fighting.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
While I'm here, let's start up the prediction. 2 minutes in the past. A lot of thought going into this ban here for Wongs. Usually a lot of thought into a ban means that they're considering
Radiant
doing something a bit
team pick.
wacky, and it will be banning out the Ember Spirit, which, why would they do that? Who knows? Maybe it's because it's one of the best heroes at the moment, but not picking it for Nagi. Maybe they're just planning ahead for this last phase in the draft.
10 seconds
Even though there's so many
remaining.
picks left to go. They will pick up the Wind Ranger,
5
Viper
seconds
and Wind
remaining.
both pretty flexible. It's very common to see this for a Wong's draft and just have this strong core flexing at the start of the draft.
Radiant team pick.
I think I would be slightly surprised to see Coral play the Viper again, especially if they're first picking it here. And that would lead me to believe it's possibly a Shirog's Viper with a pos for Lunatic Wind Ranger.
10 seconds remaining.
Faith Kian Disruptor picked up for
5
no
seconds
Tormentor.
remaining.
And will they run back the Corey Bristleback in this third pick of the draft? I mean, the heroes I'm expecting to see out here are not good into Viper. You've got the Slardar, the Bristleback. These are the kind of heroes I'm expecting Corey to play. The Beastmaster banned out. But maybe this first pick Viper
Legion Commander.
is just good enough against his hero pool that it forces him to pick Legion Commander. Not the worst. I suppose at least in the lane you can purge the poison stacks. But I don't think you're going into a competitive series and thinking, yeah, we're going to pick Legion Commander. Like that's my premier pick. We'll see if they can make this work though. I don't think we'll be seeing the Darkseer for Shirog's given the current draft. Will we see him run back the Timbersaw? It's not horrific into Legion Commander. I mean, Disruptor can pose a bit of an issue for it. But with Kamki's hero pool basically all banned out, he will be playing the Winter Wyvern. We thought about the possibility of this pick in the first game. And they will, I suppose, be forced to bring it out in this game. Not really any other hero they want to put him on.
5 seconds remaining.
Pretty great against Legion Commander. And certainly a specialist on this hero. Picked up with that, I am expecting a melee hero for Shirog's to come up. Is it safe enough at this point in the draft to pick up a Timbersaw? It certainly is, or at least in Shirog's eyes, he will be running this back. It does sort of lock in our lanes. The Viper could still be flexed to mid.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Although I don't think, I mean, it's not a terrible lane with the Wyvern. No Tormy. Equally as low on the reserve time as Wongs. Looking for a ranged carry, I would expect, but instead they're going to pick a funky carry. It's the Kez, unless this is the legendary mid Kez for Tweets, which I think is more likely. Not sure how Kez would lane if he does go safe lane into Timbersaw.
5 seconds remaining.
But I think this does give Wongs the opportunity to... I mean, I suppose if you don't know where the Kez is going, guaranteed, it could be flex mid, then locking in this last pick for no Tormy, maybe you still want to keep it open so that they can't just sit the Viper into that lane, assuming that Viper does well into Kez. Of course, I've not really seen much Kez. You know, maybe a handful of games at most.
Radiant team ban.
Necrophos ban from Wongs. I would think it's kind of odd, but maybe that is their only way of killing Timber.
10 seconds remaining.
If they're really scared of that kind of hero, they
5
might ban
seconds
AA
remaining.
last phase, but with Jakiro Disruptor already picked, I think that would be mind-boggling, to say the least. Last ban out from
Dire
Notomi, the
team
Ursa
ban.
is gone, the Void Spirit is gone.
Radiant team pick.
So they banned one each, not knowing if this Viper is flexed either way so far. Muerta ban. Last ban from Wongs. This Muerta hero seeing a lot of action as of recent. Big surge in the win rate. And pretty great against Viper, Timber
10
and
seconds
Wyvern.
remaining.
And I suppose Wind as well.
5 seconds remaining.
Final picks out. Only 10 seconds left for Notomi.
Dire team pick.
Sniper. Right. Okay, well, I mean, I suppose the sniper pick at least means that the Kez and sniper lanes are still obscured from Wong's Bakery. So if they do decide to
10
pick a
seconds
very specifically carry or very specifically mid hero, they won't be able to flex the
5
Viper
seconds remaining.
across the lanes. And you probably don't want to lane the Viper into the sniper. Maybe based on player hero knowledge, they can determine which lanes those two heroes are going to, but I like the pick overall. It does put some pressure on Wongs to really think about this last pickup, which I would assume is, at this point, the Nagi mid hero. I mean, unless there's particularly a good Coral hero left in the pool, I don't think there is.
Choose your
What
heroes.
the hell is even that? It's a Magnus mid for Nagi. Sure. I do feel like this last double pick from No Tormentor forced Nagi onto this kind of hero. It's not really something you'd usually see from him, but it is going to provide the much needed grab that they need onto this sniper, which they are lacking, so it does round off the draft nicely for Wongs. Not the greatest hero in terms of synergy. You've got the ranged carry. I'm sure they'd prefer it was a melee guy that they could empower, but mid hero that Nagi plays with catch that can drag the sniper into the
10
arms of the
seconds
Viper.
remaining.
It's going to do the job. It will be the
5
mid
seconds
sniper.
remaining.
I think Magnus isn't as annoyed as other melee heroes to play into this. He can clear the wave decently well. As we will once again wait for the servers to warm up and my voice to recover very slightly. Little funky carnival intro. As we get into our game 2 of the winners finals side of the bracket. Wong's one game up in this series against No Tormentor.
Prepare for battle.
And a big mix up in the draft between the games. We've got Coral running it back on the Viper, but I think that's basically the only hero we're seeing duplicated here. Other than Shirk's Grandmaster Timbersaw. Something fresh from Nagi in the mid lane with this Magnus. Not something we've seen a lot of recently at all. As there will be a big smoke wrap move out here from no Tormentor. A lot stronger level 1. At least in terms of burst damage.
30 seconds to battle.
It is Stonehold Plate for the Legion at least. And the scatter shot optionally available for the sniper. But not going to dive too far behind the tower. Playing it safe, going to trade the runes. This ain't no Div 4 match. It's not going to be 10 kills before the Horn.
Kidding me? What weathermancery is this?
And into the game we go. We'll see how the lane dynamic changes here for Tweets. Previously playing Slardar against Ember. We're now seeing the sniper into Magnus. And Lunatic lingering in this top lane. They're really looking to punish Corey here. Blood grenade out from Lunatic, but no shackle shot. So not too much they're going to accomplish here other than getting a massive chunk of Corey's health early into this lane. Shurix, of course, chilling in the trees for the most part in level 1 here. Decent attempt out there from Wongs for the first blood, but not going to pay off too much here. As the Kian Disruptor laying into Lunatic here. Punjabi will be on the Jakiro as predicted, playing into the Wyvern, so Battle of the Dragons in this top lane. Nagi, I'm wondering if we're going to see any skewers under tower. Out from this Magnus at some point in this laning stage. As so far, lane's going a lot better for the side of no Tormentor. Tormi and Tweets both topping the CS charts. Camkey pull interrupted by the body of Corey and Punjabi. But I mean, not the end of the world. Coral's farming up a double wave under his lane. Bot lane though, Shirk's falling low to Tormi and Faith Kian. They find the damage with their level 2s to take out the Timbersaw. And even Lunatic dropping low. Maybe we'll look for the snipe, but I don't think it'll be enough to take out Faith Kian. Dodges to the side anyway. Tommy looking for more. With this level 2, he's got the thingamabob. Let's go. Kazaroi Katana. Sure, great man. He's got whatever that is coming off cooldown soon, but it's not enough. Meanwhile, Corey deciding to pull waves, giving Kamki a bit of a run around here. Nagi and Tweets trading blows. As Punjabi looking to contest Coral for the mirrored pulled wave. Lunatic got to be careful here. I feel like a Thunderstrike and a couple clicks might be able to take him down. There's a glimpse on Faith Kian, but big stick out from Lunatic maybe. Trying to bait Kian in. Tormi doesn't let the blade rip. Instead, just trading into Shurix. There goes the blade. Nice efficiency there, hitting both heroes. And potentially, this lane looking a lot more stable than the last lane into the Shurix Timbersaw did. Tweets. A little bit of burst damage out onto the Magnus. The next shrapnel is still on cooldown. So it won't quite be a kill there. 10 more seconds for that, we'll keep an eye out. under this tower, I mean, if you're still looking to pull waves here as Corey, rather than contest the Viper, it's looking pretty difficult if they can keep the wave just pushed here as Tweets. Power shot out from Lunatic, a long range blood grenade with the skewer and the shockwave. It looks like they're finding this sniper. Will he be able to turn and find Lunatic first? He will not. Nice rotation as bot lane. Shirix left alone, has no levels in the chain as of yet, but this 2 points in armor keeping him healthy for now. Power shot. I mean, if we told me he'd wanted that kill a bit more, he maybe would have got sniped by that. Shirix still forced away from this lane though. Maybe needs to bring some regen to top himself up, but potentially stabilizing after the 2 points in the armor. Corey actually ahead on CS of Coral, which is surprising. Coral maybe, I don't know, maybe these pulls of the waves not quite working out in his favor. Punjabi maybe the GOAT denying every creep. 2 points in glimpse here. Will glimpse out to Shirix. Witomi has the spells ready to go, but not looking to dive, just looking to keep Shirix on low health so that he can't play aggressive in this lane. And it's 1-1 at 5.5 minutes into the game. Will we see a huge rotation from the supports coming out for these minute 6 runes? Maybe not, because on the bot lane there's a glimpse out onto Shirix, but Witomi going on a different target here. Maybe they're looking to turn here as Shirix walking up towards Witomi. The Kamki rotation comes out. There's a blood grenade, but different targets. A bit of a messy engage here from Wongs. And the Punjabi Jakira, meanwhile, is at top rune, denied by the sniper that is the illusion rune on the bot side. Ward out from Kian on the gate. The nice gate rotations from last game from Wongs. Maybe something they're looking to avoid getting crushed on as we work our way towards the Wisdom Rune timing. Wind Ranger will join up with Coral in the top lane. They're going to leave the Winter Wyvern bot with the Timbersaw. Maybe thinking that if they can't burst the Timbersaw, then he's going to have a pretty free time, and healing him up is probably pretty big. Now back to full health for Shirix. Stronger performance here so far from Corey compared to last game. And it will be the Blink Rush for him, skipping the Blade Mail. Coral taking a large chunk of damage out here. And there's no Wyvern behind him just yet to help him out, so we'll be dropping to Corey. Nagi has rotated, does have the RP, and is going to look for 2 heroes in it. Finds the Disruptor and the Legion Commander, but he's glimpsed away by Faith Kian and doesn't quite have the mana for Skewer either. So won't be able to skewer them back after the RP. A pretty critical lack of mana here. Does finally find the skewer onto the Disruptor. But that's about all they're going to get off of this. This is pretty sad miscalculation. And maybe this lack of mana comes off of this nice rune contest by Punjabi earlier. Potentially the GOAT of this game. As now he's going to make it his life's work to harass Nagi. Maybe even solo kill him here, honestly. A lucky bounty rune will allow the mana to skewer away.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
The Wong support's being pulled over this map. I mean, just forced around by this Radiant lineup so far. And it does feel a little bit reactive by them. Whereas the Radiant side, no Tormentor, happy to just farm this one up. They know that Coral is on this Viper once again, so it will be a bit of a more skirmish-oriented lineup rather than farming from him. No Tormentor eyeing up this mid tower with the
Dire's
Tweet
middle
Sniper.
tower is under attack.
It's looking pretty free as Lunatic. Fanned by the shrapnel, trying to get as much damage out as possible before inevitably falling here. And now Kamki, I think he's getting dueled up. Is able to fly away from Corey. Looks for the teleport, but he was under the effects of the assassinate. At least he denies the duel damage.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Corey a bit sad about that one as we take a quick peek at the net worth. Kez, I mean, rocking it with only 4k, so not an amazing amount, and he is fighting up against Sherix, who has the double chakram, but once again a lack of mana for these Wongs heroes. Gonna mean that Sherix gets turned on. Maybe an issue there for the Wongs boys. But a nice kill into the pocket of the Kez. Pumps his net worth up just that bit more. Tweets looking to deny this rune once again, but I guess fortunately or unfortunately it's on the other side of the river. Haste rune.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures
And
are
look at this
fortified.
guy, this Punjabi guy, completely denying the runes from the Magnus solo,
Dire's
and even
middle
tanking the
tower is
tower
under attack.
completely on purpose.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's
And he's
bottom
even
tower
popping the
is
smoke.
under
What a
attack.
goat. Mid tower down at 10 minutes.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Lunatic will run into Kian in the jungle. Trading it out, but there's a Punjabi next to you.
Radiant's
Lunatic
bottom tower is under attack.
accepts his fate. And we'll just check just in case he's queued up a Midas. Sometimes that happens. Waits on me. Looking for another kill onto the Timber Sword. Drops the cool Kez combos. As Corey TP's in. Blinkless as of yet.
Radiant's top tower
They're still chasing Sherix. He's next to some trees. Big damage coming out, but they find the duel onto Sherix. And the amazing silence from Kian down to the low ground covers Kamki from getting off the heel onto his Timbersaw. Really great spacing on that Static Storm.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's
And a bit of a
bottom
flip
tower is
from
under attack.
the last game that we saw. The Wong's moves not quite
Radiant's
working
top
out.
tower
It's
is
looking
under
pretty
attack.
close on these moves, but they've really trickled down one after the other into bad move after bad move. And on the back foot with a Viper carry is not where you want to be. Adaptations in the draft perhaps for no Tormentor with this Kez pick into the Timbersaw. And putting Corey on a hero where he's having a better time in the lane against Viper with the Purge. Deep ward from Kian.
Radiant are scanning.
Screams to me that they will be looking with this blink in the next couple minutes for a kill with Corey plus a couple others.
Dire are scanning. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So far, no answers for Wongs. From Wongs. Blink ready with the mag. But who does he play with? Does he come down to the bot lane with Timbersaw and try and push the tower? With what push, I ask? Maybe you force it, Kian, trying to divert these creeps. But there's big rotations coming in. No Tormentor. They're going to rotate up for this. Kian does drop the Static Storm, but it doesn't prevent him from losing his life. We Tormi onto the backline, onto Kamki. Still not quite level 6. He's so close to level 6 on Kamki, and these small differences really making it. As Nagy comes in with a nice blink RP onto 2. Maybe enables Sherix to turn onto this Legion Commander. As Coral through the gate once again. These gate rotations from Coral being instrumental for Wongs in both games. Does feed his life away to Tweet, who with an early Shadow Blade on this cheeky little sniper will be assumedly rushing the Silver Edge. Tweets under some vision from Wongs though. There's the Magnus pick coming into effect. He steps up too far and he's obliterated on this sniper. Attempt by Faith Kian to finally kill Sherix, but with 2 points in armor, he's just been setting on 100 health this whole fight, and there's always a Kamki behind him.
Good try, little girl.
And a big turn from Wongs here in
Radiant's
this bottom lane.
tower is under attack.
I mean, Coral getting involved through the gate as he did last game on this Viper. They had the sniper to counter this. He plinked away and at least got the trade there, but this last pick Magnus from Wongs, I mean, they picked it because of the sniper, and off of this blink dagger pickup, they've immediately said, well, what are you going to do now, sniper? We've resolved you. Short pause while we wait for Kamki. And I'm sure after that skirmish, the vibes are probably back up for the Wongs boys.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Brought it back
Radiant
basically
structures are fortified.
towards 60-40. So from a large deficit in the Gaben win rate. Huge XP swing is the most impressive thing off of this fight. Seems like Punjabi has been relegated to defend this bot tower and probably feed.
Dire structures are fortified.
But the feed will likely come with a Sherix kill. Nice ult once again from Kian, stopping Kamki from getting either the Winter's Curse or the heal off. I mean, so far, Kian great spacing on these ults, like really well placed.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Invis rune for the Nagi Magnus. Will make his way over to this bot lane where Faith Kian, backed up by Tweets, maybe is the bait here. Kamki forced to pop the Cold Embrace. Offensive Sniper ult also forced to pop the Winter's Curse as Coral, once again, he's through the gate. Focuses Tweets now. Big RP onto 2, and they find Corey in it. Tommy trying to look for the Coral kill, but Sherix is here with big burst damage, and the Skewer keeping these melee heroes away from the Viper. It's another clean engage by Wongs, and I mean, no Tormy. It just looks messy from then, coming in one at a time, and I mean, just the Magnus really outplaying them really. It looked good from Punjabi with this bait, but his team couldn't follow up.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Shadowblade up in the top lane from Sniper. They know Coral's back up here, and they can probably sense that Kamki will be with him.
Are scanning.
Ult shortly off cooldown for Kian. They do have a glimpse. They've got the vision with the shrapnel. Kamki not confident to save his Viper in this one, but instead they're going to find a Gale Force into a shackle and the Sniper under the tower, and he just falls basically solo to Lunatic. It's not what you want to see out of your Sniper this game, as Punjabi maybe the sacrifice here. Kian gets out. Corey looking for a duel? Maybe? But where's his follow-up damage coming from? And in the last 5 minutes, Wongs have completely turned this game around, just with a bit more coordination on their movements on the map.
Radiant's top
We
tower
have
is
reached
under
that
attack.
magic window where Roshan to Tormentor is something you'd usually do, but I think with this Wongs draft it's pretty hard here. They are looking again for this pick around the mid lane on this timing. Lunatic gonna poke his head up to this high ground. They might see the Sniper on the wave, and Lunatic's behind. There's a Skewer back. onto Tweets. He's having a hard time showing here, even with the Shadow Blade. It's not enough to keep him alive against these heroes. And Sniper now really struggling. So is Corey on the farm.
Radiant's middle
Not
tower
able to
is
sit
under
in the
attack.
lane, post-laning stage really, and farm up. And this jungling's is a real struggle here for Legion. Kez TPing in here, spotted out by Lunatic, and a fly away from the Kamki Wyvern will mean that that rotation has been wasted. Interesting build up here from Coral. It will be Crimson Rush on the carry Viper. Suppose you don't really want to be building that on Shirax, who has been allowed to greed up for some damage here. Big smoke out from Wongs, but a counter smoke coming out from no Tormentor. They've pinged out Magnus in the mid wave, but at the same time, Kamki and Lunatic are connecting up to Shirax. Nagy spots out Witomi with the blink reaction. He's skewering away. Doesn't want to get caught here.
Radiant's bottom
Unfortunate
tower
for
is
no
under
Tormentor, but Shirax is pretty deep here. Corey's going to pop his smoke. Decides instead just to clean up the wave.
Radiant are scanning.
And it looks like they will be trying to contest the Tormentor here. Viper once again Coral through these gates.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle
Kamki
tower
looking.
has fallen.
Nice blink dodge from Corey on the Viper strike. But the Gale Force means Fate Kian is in trouble. Corey maybe going to look for a duel out here onto Viper while the Sniper can lay in some damage, but they're deliberating about it. Witomi now finally in the back line. Coral manages to find Punjabi first. Kamki forced to pop the ult onto Witomi, and now he's in the middle of a hunt. The entire Wongs team duel finally comes out onto Coral, but there's a nice RP to cancel the Sniper's damage. Tweets once again dragged back into the arms of Wong's Bakery by Nagy. And this Magnus, it's just, how do you play against it as this Tweet Sniper? They need Tweets to be alive to lay in this damage for the duel. And Nagy's just providing a solution instantly for the Sniper. Every fight, he just waits, Sniper shows, and then it's over.
Top tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Little smiley face out from Shirks. And it will be the Tormentor. Friendly flame coming out, as kind of expected with any Wong's Bakery series. Full Silver Edge finish for Tweets. But I mean, it's going to help with the passives. Corrosive Skin and the Reactive Armor, but this is going to help keep him alive after getting RP secured into 5 heroes. It's up for debate as the Shirk's Timbersaw finishes up an Aghanims. Going to be incredibly difficult to kill this guy. Far up smoke for Wongs. They will connect it with Coral. Nagy in the mid lane will show, but disciplined retreat from no Tormentor. Corey is under a ward here. Miss from Nagy. They will still find Corey with the Viper strike, and there's enough damage even up to the high ground to take him out. Shirik's now diving further with the Ags. Feels strong enough as top lane Ritomi caught out by the curse. Nagi has Blink RP to follow, and now Lunatic's here, and one more hero to come. It's Coral. He's maybe not needed, but Ritomi into the invisibility. The dust is there. He's teleporting out. Will they find the damage in time? They don't find the damage. A couple spells, crucial spells off cooldown there as Ritomi escapes by the skin of his teeth. Does force this entire Wongs lineup up to this top side of the map. Meanwhile, Shirik's just chilling in the enemy triangle.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
Ward down from Kian. Spots out Shirik's. They are teleporting heroes in. Maybe they're looking to try and burst him, but he does have the Aghanims. Might have to drop it, but the Static Storm's there. Sniper laying in damage from the sideline as far back as possible. He does not want to get jumped here. Shirik's behaving as the front line here. Finally pops the Ags, but it's the same time as the shield comes out from the Winter Wyvern. Not deterred though. Shirik's going further in with the Static Storm on cooldown. He's feeling pretty strong. Glimpse back once again. Timberchain tries to Timberchain during the Glimpse pullback, but not quite successful. And now Kian, I mean, with Static Storm on cooldown, he is just food for the rest of these heroes on Wongs.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And now Lunatic with the D-Ward to seal that fight as a victory for Wongs. Tweets stumbling around outside his base.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures
And it does feel like
fortified.
it's beginning to be Roshan time soon for these teams.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Top tower finally claimed. Gonna attribute that one to Punjabi, who will be rushing the Ags this game. He is trying his best to carry his team. Coral under a ward here, but I don't think the Kez is comfortable enough to kill him.
Radiant's bottom
We'll
tower
look for the
is under
TP out and
attack.
we'll find it before the
Dire
Blink
are scanning.
curse comes through from Camkey.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Once again, this Kez escaping
Dire's top tower is under attack.
from the Wong's gank, so maybe a few more of those and he will be able to recover his net worth. Kian, you better watch yourself going through this gate. Okay, just warding up here. Uh-oh. There's someone coming through the gate into the Shadow Amulet TP. Does manage to escape. And we can see the shard queued up for the Viper. And that is the blaring signal that it's going to be a Roshan to high ground very soon for the Wong's Bakery. Ags, the next item for tweets. Now I did see Nagi build the Ags in their Kobold League game on the mid sniper. It didn't feel very good. And I can't expect this will be very effective either in this game. What does this really provide? Mini stun and it shoots quicker.
Radiant's middle tower
Right.
is under attack. Dire's bottom tower
Not sure
is
that's
under
what they
attack.
really need, but sure.
Dire's bottom
The Roshan will be coming through for Wongs. Lunatic looks for a shackle on Corey, it doesn't quite latch. Nagi now looking for more. With the Gale Force, they're going to find poor Punjabi. But this does open up Coral for an attack. After claiming the Aegis, he does get the Viper Strike out before the Static Storm comes down. And Corey didn't quite have enough mana for duel there, maybe holding it in case something goes wrong. But I mean, with Camkey behind, didn't even feel the need to try and blink ult there. Just happy saving it. They can't kill Coral. And he's got 2 lives. He's got no mana. Once again, manaless.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And we'll use some of his mana on this tier too.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
But Shard also queued up for Timber, so once again, this like doubled Shards out from this duo are going to be their high ground push. Punjabi forced to drop the level 1 Macropire at 28 minutes into the game onto no creeps. And it's very much shades of last game, and despite the early game looking like these heroes were answered, 30 minutes in here, it's the same story. It's a set of racks again, maybe a second set again. Glimpse out onto Shirk's pulled back, but has the axe ready to go. I don't think they can kill him through this axe. I just don't think they have the damage. I mean, I'm really surprised that they've got this axe on the sniper. Like, how much damage? They're going to do 500 damage, 0.5 seconds faster than they usually would to this Timbersaw with 4k health and a regenerating shield. It must be good for a reason, because all the mid snipers are buying it, but I don't get it. Corey in the top lane. Maybe found by Camkey, blinks to the left. Does show himself though, and now out comes the wind. He's being blown by Lunatic. Pops the Blade Mail. There's so many heroes here. Shirks on the Arteezy cliff, having a bit of fun there. As duel out, they can save Camkey's life, who will gain the 20 bonus duel damage. Nice try from Corey there.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom
Possibly an exchange of towers here.
Dire's structures
With
are
Tommy
fortified.
pushing into this bot lane, I
Radiant's
think
top
Wongs
tower is under
will
attack.
ignore it and just push up to the high ground.
Dire's bottom tower
If they
is
do
under attack.
get greedy and send one of their supports back to try and cancel his TP, they will be met
Radiant's top barracks
with the
are
full
under attack.
force of the sniper and disruptor combo.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Corey all chatting like the game's already lost.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
Tommy has to pop the invis. Not quite found by Nagi. Kian, gentlemen, this is an active war zone. Not the best Irish accent I've ever done, but I agree with Kian. Less of the chatting and more of the killing. Runatel would have rhymed that. Shame he's passed on. Rest in peace. Hit by another car, I expect. The drums of liberation played, but possibly not enough to liberate them from the grip that Wongs have over this game currently.
Dire are scanning.
Fire and
bottom
Poison.
tower has
Pretty
fallen.
sure that's the name of one of the Game of Thrones books or something like that. But this duo
Radiant's bottom tower
up to
is
the high
under
ground once
attack.
again. And they're finding Faith Kian slightly up too far, gets caught by the ward combo by Lunatic on this high ground. There's a buyback as it looks like Tweet's sniper is trying to wrap, and so is Corey onto this backline. He finds the Wyvern in the duel immediately. He's not really doing a lot of damage, but the sniper's there to follow him up, and he does finally win the duel. Meanwhile, Coral fighting the sniper all alone. He's having a bit of trouble there as they have to RP Witomi on the back line. Coral glimpsed after they've cleaned up Witomi. Out comes the assassinate, but shrugged off here by the Viper. And it almost looked like no Tormentor could convert this fight. But unfortunately, it was close, but not quite. Corey jumps in there, attempting to help out his goat Punjabi. Will be sacrificing his life. As Shirix towards the fountain he goes. Explodes once again all over Faith Kian.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
And the game is won by Wong's Bakery. Shirix forced in by the goat, but it's not enough. And a 2-0 by Wong's Bakery, continuing their streak in this upper bracket. We will see no Tormentor with another chance in the losers bracket against the victor of the other series, which I believe is still being played over on twitch.tv/Maloo_. But for now, that has been Anti, and this has been Irish Dota League Season 6. We've got a LAN coming up soon, so jump in the Discord if you aren't aware of that, and also jump in the Discord if you want to play in the league. We're open to not only Irish people, but people that are up for a good laugh. But for now, thank you for watching. I will raid Maloo, and hopefully the Game 3 of that series, I would assume, is still going. Thank you and good night.